Okay. Okay. Well, my first question for you, which of these things are most important to you? Which are least important? Okay, so we have education, family, free time, friends, happiness, health. Which one we can say comes first? And of course, the most important, I mean.
For me, the most important things for me in my life is happiness.
Ah, happiness. And what makes you happy?
Um, Hanging out with my friends, playing sports, watching movie.
Yeah. So actually, we have friends, free time, and happiness. So all of them, because yeah, of course, something makes you happy, and it's your friends. And of course, what you do in your free time. So you can say the most important thing in your life is happiness, and spending time with your friends is more natural. So spending time with your friends, playing sport, watching movies, uh, make you happy. And maybe friends definitely play a big part in your happiness. So you can say, you can finish and end your answer using this phrase, this sentence. You can say, my friends definitely play a big role, or for example, play a big part in my happiness. Wow. Yeah, of course. Well, so tell me about success. So what is success?
Mm. For me, success is depend on each person. They have their own goal, and when they reach it, I think it's called success for for the person.
So human reaching the goals, right?
Yes, reaching your own goal.
Yes, of course. So depending on the person, so you can say this way is better, actually. You said success depends on each person. Let's make it better. Success means something different to each person. So it means something different to each person. This one is more natural. Okay. And everyone has their own goals, as you said. And when they achieve them, that's what I would call success for that individual. So you can make it better. If I were you, I would say everyone has their own goals. And when they achieve them, that's
For
what
success.
I would call. I would call success for that individual, or maybe for that person or for them. So depending on actually your answer, you can have different alternatives. Okay, well, let's see. Life in a day. So let's see. What do you love? What do you fear? What's in your pocket? Yeah, actually it's the interesting part. So let's talk about it. First, let's read it. And then, of course, we will talk about it. Could you please read this part so we can talk about it?
Read,
Yes. The first paragraph, we want to talk about the first part. Could you please read it?
uh, what do you love? What do you fear? What's in your pocket? These are questions from the film Life in a Day. Director McDonald asked people around the world to answer the questions and send in a video clip from a typical day. He was interested in creating a picture from the world, a digital time capsule from the future. On 24th July uh, 20 and 2010. People from Africa, Europe, America, Antarctica, and Asia recorded record events from their mobile phones and digital cameras and upload the results on YouTube onto YouTube. Altogether, there were 81,000 video clips for 4,500 hours of footage. It took McDonald and a team of researchers 7 weeks to make them into a film.
Yeah, actually, it's really interesting. So, we are talking about a film that actually made by people. Like, everyone just, was a director and, they could just use their phones or just whatever to record important, maybe scenes of their real lives. And then, of course, share and, gathering all this, collecting all this episodes of film was created, was made. I think it's really interesting. Well, so if you want to, let me ask you, if you were one of those people who could record a scene, a part of your life, what would it be? What would you record to show to the people? It could be just something interesting, funny, happy, or no.
Something funny of me. Uh, Maybe when I sleep. Something some part of my interest, my hobbies like playing sports, hanging out with my friends,
Yeah. So,
just my daily
yeah.
life,
Yeah, just daily
the
life.
routine,
Yeah, maybe
my my
yes.
my routine of every day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not? So it's the time you spend with your friend. Yeah, of course, why not? Well, and let's keep going with the next part of it. So the film starts at midnight. Could you please read it?
The film starts at midnight. The moon is high in the sky. Elephants are bathing in a river in Africa, and a baby is sleeping. At the same time, in other parts of the world, people are getting up, brushing their teeth, and making breakfast. In the next minutes of the film, which is 1.5 hours long, we watch every routines from more than 140 different countries and see the connections between them. In one scene, an American girl is playing with a
Hula hoop. Hula hoop.
hula hoop. In another, a child is working as a shoe shine in Peru. One looks privileged, the other is poor, but then the shoe shine boy shows us the favorite thing in his laptop. His laptop. He's very proud of it. He's very proud of it because he earned the money to buy for it.
Yes, well, one looks privileged, the other is poor. So what is the meaning of privilege? Like honored. So the word privilege means honor. So here one looks privilege, like, for example, honored, or we can say, uh, in different part of the world, and people live in different condition. Some really happy, we can say they're lucky to have good life. Some no, unfortunately. So for example, I don't know, some I think it's a privilege to, for example, to live maybe in a good place, maybe some people feel like education is privilege, but I think it's not. It's a right, so everyone should. So privilege can be special right. Yeah, advantage maybe. And of course, and we use it when actually if someone gets it, like, because not everyone gets. So if someone gets it, uh, then they are lucky or honored. So like this. And we have this word footage. Before I forget, let's talk about that is actually part of a recording video is footage. Like, for example, I don't know, just recorded parade. Maybe recorded video can be good synonym for it. And like a clip. Yeah. So video or clip can be good synonym. Well, what do you think? So when we think about just some countries, like poor countries like Africa, people who live under really difficult, tough situations, so even without their basic needs, what do you think? And actually, in all, another part of the world, it's just someone doesn't know, doesn't have any idea how to spend their money. So, tell me, what do you think about this imbalance? What is the reason you think?
Uh, I think the big part of the reason is to the fact that the condition in in each country, for instance, Africa is really hot there, and it's uh, hard to grow food, and they develop slower than other country, like in America. Maybe because they born a lot of intelligent and intelligent people there, and they create something for their country, and they develop days by days, and yeah, they're richer than other people.
You mean they can be because now they are not actually human. That's because I didn't catch the part. So the end of your space. So I didn't catch the part. You were talking about African people, and yes, maybe different conditions in each country. Like, as you said, in many parts of Africa, the climate is extremely hot, which makes it difficult to grow food. So you can say this way. So because of extreme weather, growing food is difficult. As a result, development tends to be slower. So you can say development tends to be slower. Yes, and I do agree with you. Compared to other countries. In contrast, countries like, as you said, the US or maybe other developed, actually they have more resources and opportunities. So, resources and opportunity. Yes, as you said, and I do agree with you. And maybe it's also because there have access to good education, maybe. So people can educate, people can study, and they create innovations that help their country grow. So I think you mean this because you were talking about Africa and African people, then you switched to developed countries. So
American.
I think when you said intelligent, so you mean this, that people in developed countries, not intelligence, they have access to good education. They have access to good education. So of course they can help their country grow. So how? Creating innovations. And over time, that leads to more progress and wealth. So over time, that leads to more progress and wealth. Agree? So this is another maybe version of what you said, exactly what you said, but somehow different. So structures and of course words is a little bit. Yes, but it's not fair, I think. Don't you agree? I think it's not fair. In African, especially in some countries, who knows? All around the world, there are people who are more intelligent than others in
America.
developed countries, but they
Yes, of
can't.
course.
Yeah, they can't because they live in, for example, I don't know, in like a country without accessing even basic needs. So it's not really fair, I think. And it's so sad. And we can see that some stupid people become leaders just because they actually were born and, they've grown and like, what they were born and raised in developed countries or maybe better conditioned, wealthy families. Well, let's keep going with the next parade. Could you please read the next one?
Uh, we care about the same things, says director, and in some ways he's right. Family and friends are the things most people love, and many of them are keen on sports like football. But then one man says he loves his cat and another loves his fish because he doesn't talk back. Monsters, dogs, and death are the things most people fear. One younger is anxious about growing up, and a man in Antarctica says, "I'm afraid of losing this place." But when asked what's in your pocket, the answer is surprising. The answer is surprising. We don't see an ID card, a shopping list, or bus ticket. Instead, one person has a gun and another shows us car keys for his Lamborghini. A poor man says he has nothing. He's not ashamed of his poverty because us, but we're alive.
We are
The
alive.
film,
The film?
we are, but we are alive. The film ends just before midnight with a young woman in her car. It's raining outside and she's fed up with her life. She was excited about life in the day, but her day was too boring to film. I just want people to know that I'm here, she says. What she really wants to be different tomorrow, says McDonald. And life in a day, that's what most people want.
So, what do you think about the film? Of course, so I didn't have a chance to watch this film. So, what do you think about it? I think interesting. It's a kind of documentary, maybe not film. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it's
It's
not
yeah,
commentary.
it's like reality show or documentary, something like real based in fact. So, but yeah, it's interesting. So what people have in their pockets, especially. So one gun, another like, yeah, car keys for his luxurious car and a luxury car, and another one, man, of course, nothing. Well, okay. Let's see. Let me ask you another question. If you could have something in your pocket just forever, what would it be? Something that you chose to have.
It's a material,
Everything.
uh, everything
Yes.
in my pocket.
In your pocket.
I don't know, I don't want anything.
So you, so oh, that's good. Actually, so good and bad. So you don't want, that is really good. So you don't want. Maybe what do you think about money forever? I think it's not bad, yeah.
Nah,
If I want to have something, maybe just forever. So I would say money because it's not
that's
bad.
because you can buy anything when I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
yeah, of course. At least. Yeah, I think. So I think money is a good one because gone or I don't know, nothing or maybe key card. So I think everything is related to money. So maybe. Okay, let's see. Now we have some sentences, of course, we read. Let's see. Let's fill in the blanks, complete the sentences using the information from the text, read the strategy, and of course, scan and skim. So let's talk about this strategy, especially for IELTS reading. That is really important. Do you have any idea about skim read and scan read?
Yes.
So you know that is really good. So you know which one is more important?
Uh, skim,
Skim. Why?
skim the text.
So why skim the text, not scan it?
No, no, scan it.
Yeah, scan it. Yeah, skim like just reading without paying
Yeah.
attention to the details, of course, just to get the general idea. And scan, of course, getting detail. So you need to underline the keyword, like for paraphrase, synonym, some information. So that's really important. And of course, in IELTS reading, so we have these two different but style or maybe version of reading, styles of reading. But I can say that if you are a fast reader, because some people are fast. For example, I am a fast reader. So what is it? I don't need to skim then scan. So I do it once. Just, I read it and I get the detail and that's it. If because time, we have time limit, Niles test, so we need to, of course, read and get detail. So I think it's not, but just, when reading, underline the keyword to get some more detail, like scanning, and then you can easily answer the questions. Just let's complete. Okay, now it's a kind of a reading practice. The film is by a director called
Uh, Director Kevin McDonald.
McDonald's, of course, very good. And the next one, people recorded their day on July 22.
24, 24
Yeah,
July.
24, very good. And this spent in
Uh, they sent in
cents in.
uh 20 21 81,000 video clips.
Yes, 81,000. Wow, too many. And they were,
4,500
yeah, of
hours.
course, 4,500 or 4,500. So no,
It
no.
took
So we have another way, like look at this or this, or for example, I don't know, like this. Okay, so of course you can say 4,500, 2,000, for example, 100, 8,200. But in these figures,
for
for these figures, for example, 4,500, 2,100, or 8,200. So you can read it this way. And the next one, it took week to make the film. Week.
4,500.
No,
No, no, no,
yeah,
no, no. That how it says.
yeah.
Can you say again? 4,500.
Yeah, of course. No, no, number five. I
No,
mean,
but I ask again. I
yes.
will forgot it.
Ah, you're asking me. Sorry. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I asked about. Can you repeat the number? I forgot it.
These numbers.
Yes,
Yes. Okay. As I told you,
4,500.
yeah, as I told you, you need to only add 100 and then read figures. So 4,500, 2,100, 8,200. So whatever it is, so no matter what number, if it ends in two zeros and we have two figures before zeros, you can read it this way. So of course, another version is correct, and you can say, but this one is easier, maybe. Yeah.
It took 7 weeks to make the film.
Yeah, it took 7 weeks to make the film. And six, the film is minutes long. Let me see.
Uh,
I think it's
not given, not given.
not given. Are you sure?
Yes,
I'm not sure because we
there's
don't
an
have this.
argument.
It should be given because it's not actually yes, no, not given question. We need to look, read the strategy, scan the article to
Oh,
complete. So it's not yes, no. You need to definitely find it. So scan it again.
1.5 hours long.
Very good. 90 minutes. Very good. And the next one, there are countries in the film. How many?
140.
Yes, very good. Okay, now let's see. True, false, not given. This one is true, false, not given. So let's see. The first one, people recorded just let me, as you know, the first thing that we need to do is to underline keywords. Okay, begins, start, and friends in other countries. Director, things. We worry about different things. People in film don't have typical things in their pockets. The man with empty pockets feel ashamed because any money, the young woman is happy. And most people want to be rich. Ah, just let me say something about uh, distractors. Really important in IELTS listening and reading. So, do you know what distractors are?
No,
Okay, let's talk about them because they're really important. Any wrong information that distracts you from getting correct answer. What is this? For example, in reading is different, in writing is, in listening is another form. For example, in reading, now we're talking about reading. There are some words like most, many, all, every. Just, I want to give you a tip. Whenever you see this word, the answer
it's
should
that
be definitely wrong.
really. Yeah.
Yes, because we have their distractors. So, for example, in text is some, but in question we have many. Okay, so they're distractors. We have some, they're really similar, and you feel like, okay, this is the answer. But actually, there is something, even tense. Even tense, present or past or future. So they're distracted. So you say, oh, this is the answer, exactly the answer I can see. But especially because there is time limit, you don't pay attention to the tense. Oh, this is future, not, for example, past. And you say, okay, this is, you consider it as true and say, but actually it's not. So this is distractor in reading. For listening, we have another form. We have different types of distractors. One of them, you get the information. You hear exactly the same word. Whenever you hear exactly the same word, I can say that maybe how many percent? 70% is not the answer. 70%, if you get exactly the same words, is not the answer because this is IELTS. It can't be that much easy. Okay, so we want to answer this question. Just we're running out of time. Let's log out and back in, then we will keep going. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.